over to you, Bella. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Lynette, the larger ICX Secretariat, and my colleagues that have joined today's discussion. I'm excited to be here. I can see that people are really thankful for 2023, Lynette. And, people are also excited about today's conversation.
Yes, I see that on the chat. We're really excited about digital transformation and to be hearing from community. We also see Drani Trema joining us and thankful for all the joyful moments in 2023 and the lessons and setbacks. Catherine also grateful for life and good health and the different achievements that she's had this year. So continue putting your sentiments on the chat as well as what you're picking from this section. Over to you, Bella.
Thank you very much, Lynette. Hello, everyone. We're here to discuss digital transformation in customer experience. I would love to see your comments, your questions in the chat as we proceed with our conversation. And I'll take it from customer experience. I cannot insist on always starting with this definition. I think we all have a certain way that we define CX. And I came across this as I was preparing content for this discussion. And Jonathan Hensley is saying that the experiences that we have as customers or as employees in the service industry is made up of micro moments, small moments that add up over time. And the cumulative effect of all of these different moments is what defines how we interact with a brand, a service, or even an individual. Now, to give a great experience, you have to deliver in those moments at the right time, in the right way, the value that the customer needs and wants. So for today's discussion, I'd just like to say digital transformation starts with people. It's all about the people. Tech is an enabler, but it's all about the people. So then where do we create this value for our customers? How do we create the value for our customers? We have to understand what their needs and motivations are. So if we do have data that speaks to our customer experience behavior, what is that data showing us? When we put it all together, there's a certain trend around how our customers are behaving. And the deeper ask for us when we're looking at a digital transformation journey is, what are those needs that the customer has that remain unfulfilled? If we have repeat calls to our call center, if we have repeat escalations on social media on a specific channel with specific keywords, what are those needs that the customer feels are not fulfilled? And then how can we seek for those solutions? When I refer here to the customer, I'm not only talking about the external stakeholder, I'm also talking about us internally within the organization. We do have certain needs when we want to give exceptional customer experience. And some of the very repetitive tasks that we do in offering exceptional customer experience are because of what we've identified as gaps for the customer. So the question again is the business transforming to enable our customer-facing team members to excel in offering exceptional customer experience? And then in terms of motivation and inspiration, what's causing that customer to take certain actions? I like to give the example of my most recent experiences, and I'll give this one that just happened to me during the weekend last week. I reached out on an app that I usually use to order my groceries. I selected my preferred service provider. I already had a long list of the things that I needed to buy, so I was not going to be enticed by any of the visuals and any of the offers. I was pretty clear about what I needed to buy. I made my selection. I went into the checkout. I clicked on M-Pesa as a payment option. I made my payment. And you wait. The good thing with that app is that they manage your expectations in terms of time and how your order is progressing. So I was looking forward to the delivery happening at my front gate in about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And for sure, the delivery came. But here's the thing. I did not get a receipt. This service provider has received my feedback about the same more than once, but I'm starting to feel in this particular micro moment of the experience with this brand that they're not taking me seriously as a customer. And so it feels like D-Day. It feels like the day that I will send them back with the items. The person that delivered these items is in awe. His jaw literally dropped. Mama, tafadhali chukua tu. In Swahili, please just take the items. And I said no, because if I receive the items and I find out that something's missing or the condition in which those items have arrived is questionable, the first thing that the other service provider on the app will ask me for is the receipt. So I sent them away. Value for me was not just that those consumables arrive and in good time at my front gate, but that I also get evidence of the order so that I'm able to follow up in case of any issues. And knowing that this has happened before, I was being very strict on that day. So how do we deliver solutions for our customers and ensure that those micro moments that have moved from an app experience to a third-party vendor, all the way to the physical goods have arrived at my house and my need to receive a receipt and to give feedback that I know will be actioned upon. You might say to me, the technology team, Bella, that is building the app features has done an excellent job. And I think they have. A few tweaks need to be done, but they have. And our technology teams, the ones that we collaborate with, at times will concentrate on the features, sometimes might even design features that are nice to have and not necessarily used or functioning for the customer. Then our marketing team does an excellent job because now they focus on communicating the benefits of this app, the benefits of that third-party vendor, a strong brand. They drive you towards choosing them. But the thing is, there are some attributes of that experience that I've just described that did not deliver value for me as a customer. And I would dare say that the owners of this app, as well as their third-party vendors and the nature of that partnership needs to improve in order to offer exceptional digital customer experience. And so the question again becomes, what will enable the app owners and the grocery providers to be competitive and to sustain a competitive advantage in this ever-changing landscape of customer expectations and customer preferences? What enables them to retain competitive advantage? And the first thing that I would like to mention is empathy. Building for empathy. Our digital transformation journey needs to be built from a point of view where we are listening, we are watching, we're observing our customers. We're taking a moment to walk in their shoes, understand their pain points, and say, this is then what we need to solve for, because this is what the customer needs. If they do give us the opportunity, we would love to create with them these solutions. Let's come together with our customers, bring them into the design room, be open to iteration, right? Even if we have launched or we are in the ideation stage and we are moving through with prototypes, bring the customer in, continue to capture feedback from them. And the customer here is a user and can be an internal staff member. You are customizing an internal call center tool and you're tweaking the features and you're ensuring that this is what it will it will do in offering an exceptional customer experience. Bring in the call center agents in your design process. Understand them as your internal customers within the organization. And without necessarily telling them, what to do and how to solve, listen, take a seat back, watch, observe, and create solutions for them. All right, so just to put a jig into this, what is the difference between digitalization, and digital transformation? I think in answering this question, we'll be able to tell the level of maturity and where we are in the transformation journey in our organizations. I've given an example of solving for a call center agent. I've given an example of myself being a consumer and needing to order some groceries from an app and the nature of that third-party partnership and my expectation of value. Okay, so digitization is converting something that's non-digital into a digital representation or an artifact. For instance, if you scan a paper document and you save it as a PDF, you're making it into a digital document. And maybe some of us are there in our organization where we are moving from paper and we are now digitizing our documentation. Digitalization is now enabling or improving processes by leveraging the digital technologies and all of the digitized data. We've scanned our paper documents, they've moved into a digital document, but now taking that human-driven event or series of events and making it software-driven. That's digitized systems and all of the roles that they play within the organization, and bring it into a seamless, intertwined, integrated, interconnected experience for the company. So the example I'd like to give here is with the sales team and with the supply chain team. The sales team sells based on demand in the market. Our customers are asking for a certain product. We're moving volumes. On the other hand, the supply chain is expected to manage resources all the way from raw materials into production that meets the demand of the sales team. If we create an integrated process between sales and supply chain, and we put in their finance processes as well, and we put in their marketing processes as well, such that the entire journey is all encompassing, that is digital transformation. We've commonly heard around creating omnichannel solutions within customer experience. That's an example of digital transformation, making sure that systems are talking to each other and we are improving operational efficiency, making sure that the CX team has dashboards that are visible across the business. That is digital transformation. And so what can we do to ensure in customer experience that we have a sustained connection, right? So it's not just a one-off because we are running a campaign together with marketing, but we are saying as a business, we have customer-led growth. The customer data can truly inform how we make a difference in those customers' lives. We can quantify and link the customer experience to business outcomes. We can quantify and link CX and CX-related metrics to other functions of the business through digital transformation. We have to ensure that we are growing a relationship over time that reinforces a certain culture of customer value in the organization. There's a promise we've made to our customers, and we need to keep it. So an alignment is necessary for a digital transformation journey within customer experience to be effective. And so now, if a customer continues to be empowered, if our employees and our customer-facing teams continue to be empowered in the usage of digital solutions within the organization, we want to reward them with loyalty. We've seen a couple of companies now, just this year, who've rolled out a loyalty program that's that identifies not only with their new customers, but with existing customers as well. They have leveraged customer data, historical data that sits within multiple departments and comes together in a centralized manner to inform how we can reward our customers for being loyal, to ensure that even this micro moment around loyalty is rewarded. And so let's move on to now the transformation part. You might be asking, Bella, how do I start? Or what's this big thing about transformation? What you've explained for me, Bella, is digitalization. So it appears in our organization, we are digitalizing. That's where we are at. We are not yet at digital transformation. So the transformation bit looks like this. It looks like an alignment through a roadmap. And this roadmap aligns and creates clarity on what the business is prioritizing and ensuring that all the resources within the business have a shared understanding of the goal. We have clear outcomes that need to be achieved by the entire organization. So there's a vision mapped to the entire organization that, for example, we need to run an omni-channel experience for our customers. The actual execution is going to happen within smaller cross-functional teams. And if we are going to all solve together as a team, then it means we need to execute with excellence against that same roadmap. We need to build accountability to ensure every team knows we are working cohesively. I might be in a particular group, but if I don't do what I'm expected to do with excellence, if I don't ensure that all of the CRM related data is mapped to HubSpot, if our marketing team is, our sales team and our marketing team is also using HubSpot, if we're not bringing a sense of integration, that is what we need to work to create accountability on both sides. And then we always need to iterate. I think when we get right into it and everyone has understood their responsibilities and we all know that there's a vision, it's important that we keep revisiting the overall strategy. We can start to get lost in the details. And even when you're doing what you're doing, pairing integration of CRM with an email channel, we still need to keep asking for feedback from the users. We still need to keep asking for feedback from the people that will live with the consequences of the digital transformation journey. And then we always need to be proactively pivoting towards what the market dynamics are. Isn't it interesting that a digital transformation can last 1 year or 2 years, depending on the size of the organization and the complexity of the integrations. But while you're doing that, the market dynamics are changing, such that when you are done with a certain phase of your digital transformation and you emerge, it appears you're late and trends have already changed, right? So always aligning resources to maximize the impact while still getting feedback, while still looking at the strategy and the vision, while still consulting the market dynamics and understanding if this is truly meeting the needs of your customer and your users. All right, so that said, it's a lot, it's heavy. McKinsey did a study in 2021 that actually showed that digital transformation journeys have a failure rate of about 69%. And while I was listening to different experts in digital transformation and wanting to understand why would an organization put a collaborative team together, a shared strategy, a vision, put resources that are mapped to that digital transformation vision, and then not succeed, right? And these are some of the reasons that came across. One was lack of market fit. So the root cause of a lack of market fit would be that within the organization, and sometimes very unintentionally, we assume or we hypothesize around the customer's experience without involving the customer's voice. So we don't have their feedback. We don't have interactions directly with the customer to understand their changing needs and preferences. Or even if we have an idea of what that could be, we have not validated it with our customers. And so we embark on this digital transformation journey without understanding that it's not a fit. It might not be a fit to our customers' needs and motivations. Another one is around managing expectations of our customers and our colleagues. So when you're transitioning customers, for example, from a legacy tool, you know very well that the new tool will be more efficient. It could even be what everyone else in the industry is using, and now it is time. Or it could be that the service provider of this legacy system has since end of life some processes or have improved their technology. So what's happening is that you need to transition employees and you also need to transition customers. Now, if there isn't a streamlined way of communicating to customers and to users on the benefits, the values of the new tool, then that breakdown and that lack of managing of expectations might lead to the failure of a digital transformation journey. Another would be an investigation around the stage in which your organization is at. For example, if you're still at the digitizing stage, that being a preamble for digital transformation, take it slow. Step by step, do not skip any steps. In your effort to do that, you'll find out much later that you have technology debt that you need to answer to, or altogether that you need to discard any and all of the work that you've done because it's, again, not a market fit. And then there's this element of siloed knowledge. So the technology team or the digital team within the organization, or if it's a consultant, it's an outsourced function, they have all this knowledge around what needs to be done and how it will be done, but they are not sharing it with the necessary teams within the organization. Some of those reasons are the reasons why a digital transformation journey might fail. So what do you need to do with your stakeholders to ensure that you have an excellent, seamless execution of your digital transformation journey? You need to identify who your stakeholders are. So it's not just about convincing the executive and having a vision and a strategy top down. It's about identifying who in the organization has authority to say yes or no to some of the processes, for example, that you want to integrate. Who needs to be informed and who has the information you need, who's a subject matter expert on those issues. And you have to include them earlier on. For example, if you want to improve on a supply chain process, how we use our raw materials, how we organize around production, how we ensure that we always have stock to service our demand. If you're working on that and you're part of the digital transformation journey, we all know for the good of the customer, we always need to have goods available and on time. However, if you do not bring in your production manager, if you don't bring in your stock management team, or at least do not consult them or let them know, then you haven't mapped your stakeholders well. And then who is going to live with the outcome? Most likely that's going to be someone who sits within the stock office, somebody who sits as sales admin, for example, or someone who sits even within the customer experience team and now has to manage customer complaints around timely delivery. So those people must be consulted, must be informed. They are your stakeholders as well. And then here's the thing. Probably we are speaking the same language within the organization. Everyone is psyched. Everyone is for digital transformation. But the thing is, do we really have a shared understanding? And at this point, I want to give us just, a little exercise that we can all indulge in. It's a fun exercise. You might be very surprised by the results. I would challenge you to move into the different functions of the business where you're at, or with the stakeholders that you're engaging, or the partners that you're engaging, and just ask them to define for you who the customer is, right? Finance team might tell you The person that pays us, that person that gives us money in exchange for a product or service, that's the customer. The sales team might tell you something else. The marketing team might tell you something else. The interesting thing is we are all defining the customer, but do we really have a shared understanding of how to give value to that customer? And then always map objectives of that function or that stakeholder to your alignment processes, right? So the assumption is because the executive team has vetoed and they've said, yes, we are going into a digital transformation journey. This is the duration, this is the budget, these are the teams involved, let's go. But the objectives that need to be met are cross-functional. The finance team wants a seamless, excellent process of reconciliation every month end and every quarter. They want to stop doing these manual things on Excel sheets, for example. That's one of their goals. So while everyone is mapped to the digital transformation journey, finance has specific objectives, marketing has specific objectives, CX has specific objectives. And like I said earlier, sometimes the conflict that might arise is not intentional. It is that everyone has specific objectives. They need to give their feedback consistently, and that feedback needs to be put into a loop where the consideration around the digital transformation roadmap is taken into account. So if digital transformation involves adopting new technology and motivating the ways that we gather, analyze customer data and leverage it for use within the organization, it means there's a culture element. We do need to rebuild the ways we work and how we interact with the customer. The digital technology exists, it's an enabler. It makes it easier for employees to serve customers. However, again, is it meeting the evolving needs of our customers, our employees, our partners? Is it intuitive enough and easy to use? The deployment phase after creating everything that we have, and suppose we have gathered feedback from the relevant stakeholders and we are continuously engaging the executive with updates. How then are we managing from a change perspective, the culture of the organization? How are we ensuring that today's expectations and demands, which are altogether different from what they were a year ago, 2 years ago, and if those changing expectations are not met now, how sure are we that a year from now and 2 years from now, as much as we say we are a digitalized organization, how can we ensure that the culture we are building within the organization is mapped to agility? It's mapped to always gathering feedback and iterating. Okay? So then it means we need to create a strategy. It needs to be a digital CX strategy. And what I've seen from some organizations is that the digital IT team, the marketing team, and the customer experience team are very integrated when it comes to digital CX. And where we've come from, we used to have, the need would be an integrated web. So whether public or private, if it's customer facing or it's something that we need within our organization, that was digitalization. We had automated marketing tools. We still have them. And then we moved into mobile and social media interactions as a priority area within the business. And then we are saying, let's now increase efficiency and visibility within the organization. That's the omni-channel experiences. And the question we must always have at the back of our minds is that the digital transformation journey needs to be mapped to the customer's needs. So you have multiple digital channels, you have multiple touch points and micro moments like the ones I described. And those products need to be continuously integrated, not only within your organization, but with your partners as well. We want to collapse certain processes. I mean, it's about time that customers did not have to jump hoops to just interact with you as a brand. The customer of today wants to go into a social media platform, see your product, and within a few seconds, probably click on the WhatsApp icon, which then shifts them into a WhatsApp conversation. The expectation there is that they will get the information that they need in terms of pricing and maybe even delivery. Somebody does not want to come have an in-store experience. They just want the item delivered to them in good time. Okay? So where do I start? Bella, you're saying a lot of things. Where do I start? You've convinced me digital transformation is the way to go. It's a conversation I need to start having within my organization. I would say, even before starting to understand your existing systems and tools, start by understanding your customers and your users. Who are they? I gave an exercise around moving around the organization and just finding out how people define the customer. Your users are your customer-facing teams and other cross-functional departments who collaborate heavily with CX. And then look at the data. There's available data that has not been analyzed or leveraged for the customer's experience. Dig in and start asking those questions. Start to see the interconnections between existing customer data and actual processes within the organization. And then assess the maturity of your organization. If it's true we have legacy systems which are not at any time being retired, maybe for the next 2 years, what does that mean in terms of presenting the gaps in customer experience to the people within the organization that are subject matter experts and that can drive a decision towards the transformation? And then suss out the competitive landscape. I mean, there are times when you're having discussions within your organization where we're just not talking about legacy systems. We're also talking about a mindset shift. So you have employees who do not want to interrupt the status quo for good reason. Maybe we tried it 3 years ago and it did not work. Our systems all went out and it was haywire. Or for some reason, if it's not broken, let's just continue using, or let's just continue doing what we're doing. Or they have a perception around cost. It will cost us too much. We don't have the necessary people resource. You're going to encounter all these things. But if you suss out what the competition is doing, and if you have some hard facts around their growth, their customer-led growth, bring that into the room. If you have industry benchmarks that are relevant and that show there is customer-led growth within the industry, and your organization is now considered a laggard because they are not changing with the times, bring that into the room. And then investigate what's right for your business. Right now, in some spaces, when you mention digital transformation, someone's just going to say AI. What you mean is AI, Bella? Artificial intelligence is the way to go. And you're thinking, yes, we need to bring it in. Let's do it within our organization. And now the question is, we start to automate certain processes and certain customer interactions. We introduce chatbots on our website, on WhatsApp. And the chatbot experience that the customers are having does not feel human to them. And they feel that, this company is just changing. They no longer value me as a customer. I do not want to interact with something that is not enabling me to receive value in this micro moment. So investigate what's right for your business. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. Probably it means you just need to focus on your existing systems and tools and maybe even updating them, because we could be on the bronze package of a certain system. Yet the platinum package offers us real-time data analysis and it spews insights for us. So maybe that's what we need to do at first. And then, are the customer and business objectives guiding our decision-making for digital transformation? Right. I think I'm almost out of time, but here's just something I wanted to share with us. If you're in digital customer experience and you want to consider yourself a leader, or you are a leader in digital customer experience, what you're doing is you're continuously keeping the customer in mind. That's what's informing your transformation. You're personalizing CX, but you're doing it intelligently. We keep giving this experience around wishing happy Mother's Day to our male customers, right? And in an effort to try and personalize an engagement around a big day that is celebratory, we are not doing it intelligently. We want to embrace and manage change within the organization. So not just looking at the technology and wanting to push for certain solutions, but you want to manage stakeholders within the organization. You want to communicate frequently. You want to bring in people into the feedback loop. And then always gaining and maintaining internal alignment. I think I've already emphasized on that. Eliminating and breaking those silos across the business. Share and democratize your information. Use the multiple channels available to share that information. And then accelerate your speed to insights. So here's the thing, when you start your digital transformation journey, everyone in the organization is aligned to the vision. We all know it's going to take us 2 to 3 years to do this and to complete it. However, you need to start showing value. You need to start showing that, 3 months in, 6 months in, 9 months in, a couple of the things that we've started to do are showing us this is how to improve customer value, are showing us that our staff are now more motivated and are productive with their time because of this digital transformation journey. You want to prioritize relevant journeys. So we are not going all in for everything all at once. Choose those ones that, of course, will give you a speed to insights, but prioritize them. Enable seamless omni-channel customer experiences. Integrate and digitize. We already talked about digitizing processes. Let the customers interact on their preferred device or take a preferred journey and ensure that that journey is interconnected. A customer moves from social media to WhatsApp. Before you know it, they're calling. Before you know it, they're actually telling someone about their experience. Aligning our different KPIs to the business outcomes is a key one. Ensuring that we assess our operating model. So it's not a one size fits all. It's not what the competition is necessarily doing. It's not that our business should have been digitized a while ago and now you want to move into digital transformation immediately. And then think by design as always, think for the people and be human-centered. Thank you very much. That's the end of my presentation. I look forward to further engagement. I'm available on LinkedIn. Lynette?
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bella. That was such an insightful session. I'm taking so much for myself from the difference between digitalization, and digital transformation. And I think my key takeaway is that digital transformation is about the people, it's about culture, and it's about the customer. Those three things are really what make up digital transformation. Amazing, amazing. But I can already see a lot of sentiments on the chat on how insightful the session is. And I think Maureen saying how empathy is in digital transformation is spot on. And that without the customer at the center, then it doesn't bring solutions. Okay, I see Joseph saying, thank you, Bella. With AI taking center stage, how do you see it transforming our industry? Bella, maybe you can take that.
AI in its shape and form is very disruptive, right? And when I think artificial intelligence, I immediately go to customer data. If you have customer data that is underutilized or not optimized for your business, bring in artificial intelligence, accelerate the insights that you can get from customer data, map them to specific journeys, and then at the very same time, automate the analysis of that data so that it's real time. And as much as possible, those insights are informing business decision making. So utilize AI with the data that you now have in terms of real-time analysis and insights, and then in automation of processes. So if you know that customer behavior, for example, from your data is that our customers spend the most between the 24th and the 30th of every month, you want to use AI to automate around certain keywords that our customers use or know based on the market. And now churn out your marketing campaigns and your lead generation based off of that observation. Yeah, so I think AI is disruptive. It's going to make us accelerate. All the things that we thought were on us to be manually done can now be automated.
All right, there you have it, Joseph. Use AI to automate and to accelerate the adoption of processes. So I love that. Okay, I think there are a number of questions are popping up, but we are running out of time and we have a few minutes, and I know Bella has another meeting after this. So she's gonna take any questions either on the chat, or you can reach her on LinkedIn to get further insights on digital transformation. But we really appreciate you, Bella. Thank you for your time and for preparing this wonderful presentation. You have really enlightened us and really brought digital transformation to the fore for us. So thank you so much. So before we leave, there was one other activity that we had, and that was to unveil our calendar of events for 2024 for ICX. And this is because we wanted to already begin planning even before you leave for the holidays on how you will plug in to our calendar of events in the coming year. And so before we go to the calendar, I just want to send you to ICX kenya.co.ke and you will find the calendar there. And I have lunch for two, a voucher for lunch for two, for the person who puts it on the chat the fastest. Yeah. What training are we offering on March 21st and to 22nd in 2024? If you're able to find that on our website and put it on the chat the fastest, then you get a voucher for dinner for two at the Harvest at the Trademark Hotel. And you can get to celebrate that with a friend or a loved one or someone you want to just celebrate this year before the year ends. So March 21st to 22nd, what training are we offering from our calendar of events? And as we do that, I can see people have very fast, they're typing quick, fast and going to the site. Sarangi Maweu, thank you, you got it right. We are offering a training on data protection and privacy. Yes, we are. And so, Sarah, thank you, we're the first one.
Yes.
So as you can see, the calendar is already uploaded on our website. If you want to see it in detail, we just have a snippet of it here. But if you want to see it better and to see how are you able to plug in, we have the highlight of our events such as the annual conference coming up from the 18th and 19th of April 2024. And so you really want to have that in your calendars and mark that. We have trainings across the spectrum from if you're in your early career to mid-career to advanced career, and we'll see how to incorporate all the people who are part of this community. So you don't want to be left behind as we move on with the activities for the calendar. So we'll move on to our vote of thanks as well as our feedback, and I'll ask my colleague Angela Amach to just come on and take us through that session.
Thank you so much, Lynette. This has been really a wonderful session. Thank you so much for moderating the session for us. Good afternoon, members and guests. As we were beginning this session and I was just reading through your responses on what you're grateful for in the year, I was agreeing to almost everything. Yes, I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for, family, for work, for the love around me. And it was just great to see the, that people are also grateful for the same thing. So thank you so much for joining us today. And for all those whom we've not interacted with before, my name is Angela Amach, and I am part of the ICX Secretariat. So as we bring this year to a close, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, our members, for your unwavering support and active participation through the year. You, our members, have been very, very key to, making this year a success for us. So to just reflect on the few items that highlight, actually, the highlight of the items that you have been able to do, or activities that you were able to do through the year. Early in the year, we were able to host a conference, and this was a very great conference. We held it in Naivasha, and it brought about eminent speakers, with a wealth of knowledge. And the people who were able to join us for this conference, we would really like to, extend our gratitude for your active engagement and your contribution that made that conference a success. So thank you so much for all those who were able to attend. Asanteni sana. Also, throughout the year, we were also able to, host a series of webinars, some mental awareness talks, and this received, overwhelming participation and feedback from you people being, and more so for the mental awareness talk, this was a new activity for us this year. But the way you, our members, received this, it was, it came with so much support, and we'd really like to thank you for your participation in all the webinars that you were able to host this year. Thank you so much. We also held a CEO Breakfast Forum, and we brought about, speakers from various sectors, and invaluable insights were shared in this forum. There was a lot of networking and growth opportunities for you, our members. So for all those who were able to attend that forum and are in here today in this meeting with us, thank you so much. We are super grateful for your participation and, you being able to just join us. Also, the other thing that you were able to do in the year, we had the CES Week celebrations, and your enthusiasm and commitment and how you were able to participate in this week was just a true testament of how CX is close to your heart. And we'd really like to thank you for, being able to practice the theme, agility. That was the local theme that we were running with for all activities in the year. And also the global theme, the global theme, team service. It was very, very great to just see you embodying this theme and, just dedicating yourself throughout that week. It was amazing to see your efforts. It was so great to see how you were showing up for your customers and how happy you were relating to your people. Thank you so much for honoring that week and participating also in the activities for that week. Last on our activities, we had the Service Excellence Awards, and this was super amazing, people. We had about 50 plus submissions coming from you, our members. And this was just a lovely occasion that we were so happy to be part of, and, celebrating this with you. And, we uploaded and recognized the winners at the event. And we would also like just once again, congratulate all the winners and thank you so much for your participation. So for all these activities that I have just highlighted, they have their place again in the 2024 calendar of events. I think when you get to our website and you'll see some of those and many other events and trainings that we have included for the next year, just trying to enrich your member experience. So this is an official invitation, guys. Yeah, this is an official invitation that you should show up for all those activities that we have mentioned and the trainings. We invite you to please participate and, just be a part of that moment that you're going to mark for the next year. So from our board, the ICX committee, as the Secretariat, we'd like to extend our sincerest appreciation to you for your presence and support this year. So we really say asante sana. But also again, before you leave, members, please give us your feedback on how you felt this session went, to improve your experience as well. But again, before I fully close that session on vote of thanks, I'd like to pass my gratitude as well to our esteemed speaker, Miss Bella Abok, who's also a very good friend of ICX. Thank you so much for sharing your invaluable insights with us. Your contribution has really, enriched our discussions, and we are super grateful. Thank you so much, Bella. Also, I'd like to thank my colleague Lynette. Lynette in the room, thank you so much. You have brilliantly moderated this discussion for us today. Your energy was top-notch. You know, you just kept us on toes, and, you know, we would comment on chat and all that. So thank you so much, Lynette. Also, I'd like to appreciate my colleague George, who has been on the back end and behind the scenes. Thank you so much, George, for your support as well, and just trying to keep our chat alive. To all the members and guests who have showed up here today, thank you so much again for joining us. And to our guests who are not members of ICX, yeah, you can see us in a blue tent hapo nyuma kwa kona. We're going to put our number on chat. Please reach out to us. That way we can, you know, just talk and see how you can be a member of this fabulous community. And as we conclude, we'd like to wish you a very joyous festive season. May this holiday be filled with cherished moments for you and your family and your loved ones. And until we meet again in January, this is goodbye, but not for forever. We'll meet again in January. We wish you a wonderful afternoon. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. Please give us feedback. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.